Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me today for vinyasa. It's Friday. The weather is starting to change a little bit. Not as hot here today as it was earlier, and the air quality seems to have leveled out a little bit where I am at least. So I hope you're staying healthy and hydrated, and I hope you're ready for a little bit of movement. So today is our first official vinyasa with me today since all of this has started. So I just wanted to kind of acknowledge that I know that my practice has changed throughout this time that I've been at home, and I imagine that your practice has changed as well. I also have noticed that my body is a different shape than it was when we started stay at home. So just remembering that in this practice, we always want to meet ourselves where we're at. So what you may have been able to do when you were taking class 4 times a week might not be what you're able to do today, or you might be able to do something you've never been able to do before, and all of that is completely okay. So today we're going to get back into the practice a little bit, and I just wanted to say that because I know for me it was a little frustrating at first to not feel like I could do as many things as I used to be able to, and we'll work our way back up together. So finding a comfortable seat, maybe you're propped up on a pillow or a blanket or a block or a cushion, and maybe today you need a little extra boost. That's fine. Just kind of find yourself sitting, know you're sitting, notice your breath. Maybe you notice where the breath feels the most prominent. Maybe it's the tip of the nostrils, the throat, the chest, or the belly. And trying to sit up nice and tall. So with every inhale, lengthening the spine. And with every exhale, allowing yourself to ground down, allowing the shoulder blades to kind of soften and melt down the back. Let the chin bow slightly towards the heart. Let the heart rise slightly toward the chin. Maybe the hands are resting on the backs of your legs, or you can fold them in your lap. And during this part of the practice, if you struggle at the beginning when we're sitting, I want you to really try to anchor yourself in something, whether that's paying attention to each inhale and each exhale. Maybe your anchor is noticing where you're touching the floor, or maybe you're noticing the sensations in the body. All of that is totally fine for this time. Closing your eyes if that feels good, or you can have a soft downward gaze. And just dropping in, letting go of your day so far, letting go of getting here. You made it to the mat. That is the hardest part sometimes, just getting to the mat, no matter how long you've been practicing. And go ahead and exhale everything out of the body. Take a deep inhale, fill up, and then open your mouth, let it go. One more time. Fill up something you're holding on to. Open your mouth, let that go. Let's inhale together for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going with your own breath at your own pace. Maybe you lengthen the count to 7 or 10, or maybe you leave it right where it's at. Trying to cultivate this long, even breath and bringing that long, even breath into your practice and throughout the practice. Just doing it again and again. When you're ready, you can open your eyes if they're closed. Maybe start to shift the neck side to side. And at this time, just taking a little bit of an inventory. What's going on in the body? How does the neck feel? Maybe roll a little bit. This is going to be a little bit more free form at the beginning, so you can find where you're at. Feel into your muscles. Maybe you look over the shoulder, feeling a stretch in the side of the neck, on the other side. Maybe you drop the right ear to the right shoulder, gently lifting the crown up and away, or finding that diagonal, looking down at the knee. Other side. And you might notice that each side feels different. That's fine. And then let's work into the wrists. So maybe making some fists. And if you've taken vinyasa with me before, we can do our old recipes. So interlace the fingers and make some figure eights for meatballs. And then we're gonna do spaghetti, making some S shapes. We're gonna roll the wrists nice and slow to toss the pasta sauce. You don't want the pasta to come spilling out of the bowl, right? And then shake it out, Parmesan cheese. One more time, interlace figure eights. We got meatballs, spaghetti, toss the pasta sauce, Parmesan cheese. Nice. And then start to kind of roll into the shoulders, inhaling up and forward, exhaling down and back. Inhaling up and forward, exhaling down and back. Maybe you get the elbows into it and start to link the breath with the movement. So thinking, inhaling to extend, exhaling to contract. Maybe you get the whole arm into it. Breathing the whole time, seeing if you can really track the breath with the movement. Nice. And then kind of notice how the shoulders feel. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, let's twist to the right. Bring the left hand on the right knee, right hand comes behind you for support. With every inhale, sitting up a little taller. With every exhale, gently twisting from the belly button to the chest, to the shoulders. Couple breaths here. Gentle twist at first. And then when you're ready, inhale, come up through center, arms reach. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand on the left knee, left hand behind you. Again, with every inhale, sitting up nice and tall. With every exhale, gentle twist from the belly button to the chest, to the shoulders. Breathing here. And then when you're ready, inhale, arms reach. Come up center. Exhale, forward fold. And then let's go ahead and spider crawl the fingertips away from you. Lift the wrist, tenting the fingers. Press through all those fingers and inhaling to lengthen the spine. Exhaling to fold a little deeper. Stay in that fold. I'm going to adjust my camera. Go ahead and stay in that fold. And then when you're ready, slowly walk the hands up to your seat. I'm going to turn to the side. You can stay right where you're at. Go ahead and switch which leg is on top or in front. So for me, I go like this. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold again. This time you can bring the hands flat. And then go ahead and suction cup your hands into the floor gently as you inhale to reach the heart and the crown of the head forward. And as you exhale, softening through that hip crease. Breathing here. This might feel totally different from the first side. That's okay. When you're ready, slowly walk the hands back up to the seat. And then let's go ahead and bring your legs out in front of you, knees bent, feet flat. And then we're going to bring the hands behind us. So fingertips are facing forward and hug them close in onto the body. Take an inhale, exhale here. Inhale, lift the hips, press through the hands, alter pose, reverse tabletop. Pressing here into the limbs, and then when you're ready, you can come back to your seat. Go ahead and cross the ankles, plant the hands, and we'll make our way into a tabletop position. Hip is over the knee, shoulders over the wrist. I've got my trusty blanket here to pad my knees. And we'll work our way into some cat-cows here. So make sure the hip is over the knee, shoulders over the wrist, and if this hurts your wrist, turn your hands out to the sides a little bit. Press through every knuckle of every finger. And when you're ready, inhale, drop the belly, look up. Tail comes up, head comes up. Exhale, press the floor away. Round the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, press the floor away. Really tucking the navel to the spine. Do a couple more here. Maybe you slow it down. Maybe you speed it up. Maybe you make some circles with the hip and the head. Maybe you tip the hip towards the head or make some S shapes. And just start to feel into it. Notice, if this is like your first time back in the practice in a while, just notice what's going on the back body, on the front body. Feeling everything that supports the spine, the organs. How do the hands feel? Maybe at this time you need to bring the backs of your hands to the mat and kind of just massage the backs of the wrists by making a little cat paws with your hands. And maybe you bring the hands way out in front of you, let the heart hang down, tail comes up, extended puppy pose, letting the head hang heavy here. And try to sink the weight back instead of pushing it forward. Sink the weight back into your hips and your heels so that your hands are almost like suction cupping and holding onto the mat, like you're on monkey bars. Breathing here. Let the heart melt towards the floor. You can almost feel the back body opening up as you let the heart melt. Maybe you bring the chin to the mat if that feels good on the neck. If that does not feel good on the neck, bring the forehead down. When you're ready, come up onto your forearms. And then here, we're just gonna like press into the forearms, make sure they're about shoulders width apart, and then maybe lengthen the leg up here like you're in your down dog, but we're not quite there yet. And then maybe switch out legs, lengthen the leg, maybe roll the ankle. Let's do one more of those. Inhale, reach it up. Just kind of exploring without a lot of weight on the hands. And then set it down. Come back up tabletop. Go ahead and walk the hands out in front of you a little bit, just like you had them before. And then inhale, reach the right leg out, tuck the toes, and then just plant the toes at the back of the mat. Push the front of the mat away. So you're really feeling this stretch in the calf of the right leg. Breathing here. It might be very intense. Mine is. So if you're also feeling it, I'm right there with you. Take an inhale. Exhale, set it down. Other side. Inhale, left leg comes out behind you. Tuck the toes at the back of the mat. Press the hands away. Breathing here. Woo! All right, come back up tabletop and then reset yourself so that your hip is over the knee, shoulders over the wrist again. Now, inhale the right leg out behind you, tuck the toes, and then you're gonna kind of swivel the left leg out behind you, reach the right arm up. Gate pose. You can stay here. You can come onto the inside of the foot in the back. You could lift the back leg if you want, or you can leave it. Or if you can reach your toe, maybe you want to be fancy. Maybe you just want to be here. Maybe you want to be here. Breathing. And then when you're ready, circle that arm back overhead, bring the knee back down. Right into our tabletop. All right, other side. Left leg comes out. Tuck the toes. Switch this right leg out behind you. Roll onto the inside of the foot. Left arm comes up. Push through those supporting limbs. You might have to rotate the hand a little bit on the floor. You can look up at your thumb. You can look forward, or you can look down at your hand. Breathing here. Maybe you lift the back foot, but flex the foot if you do. Take an inhale. Breathing here. Press through those supporting limbs. Maybe you're here. Circle that arm back overhead. Bring the foot back into place. Tabletop. And then bring your knees down, hips back, child's pose. Breathe here. Couple of deep breaths. Connecting back to your breath, back to the inhales, back to the exhales. Keep going with that. Just a couple more breaths. Knees can be wide as the mat. Knees can be parallel or touching, whatever feels good. Maybe toes are touching in the back. Just let yourself be free here. And then go ahead and come partway up. Walk your hands over to the right, all the way to the right, as far as you can. Put that right or that left hand on top of the right hand, press it down, and then you can let your head down. Inhale into the left side of the body. Exhale, clear it out. Maybe through the mouth. Inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. When you're ready, walk it over to the left as far as you can, as far as it's comfortable. And then press that right hand on top of the left hand. Let your head hang down. Inhaling into the right side of the body. Open your mouth, let it go. Inhaling into the right side again. Open your mouth, let it go. Gently come back center. All right. Finding yourself here in this child's pose, go ahead and plant the hands, tuck the toes. So we're going to come into down dog, but keep your knees really bent at first. Even if you really want to straighten them, see if today you can bend them a lot so that your arms are up by your ears and that your heart is really reaching towards your toes. Spine is nice and long, tailbone is pointing towards the sky. And then over time, maybe you slowly straighten the legs and bring the heels towards the floor. They never have to actually touch the floor. It does not matter. Breathing here. Press through the forefinger and thumb and then wrap the upper arm bones out and down like you're trying to sniff both armpits at the same time. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring the knees down, hips back. Child's pose again. Breathing here. Stay in this child's pose for a couple of breaths. Let the hips melt toward the floor. Let the breath guide you. Keep riding the breath like a wave, in and out. And then when you're ready, we're gonna do it again. Just getting back into these postures, finding these poses. So plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Keep the knees bent first. Wrap those upper arm bones out and down. So you're trying to really wrap them. And then plug them into the socket. And then eventually, maybe you straighten the legs. Maybe the hands are a little bit wider than the shoulders today to give you a little bit more of a base. And then really point that tailbone towards the sky. Feel that belly button pressing up and back. Finding this new down dog. What does it feel like? Does it feel like torture? Does it feel sustainable? Does it feel like a resting pose? Whatever it feels like, that's totally fine for today. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring the knees down, hips back. This time, maybe in the child's pose, you want to bring your shins together and then bring your arms out behind you so you can let your shoulders drape over. Because we just put some weight on the shoulders that maybe you haven't put on there in a while. Breathing here. When you're ready, we're going to find it one more time. Plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Down dog. See if this feels and comes a little more natural this time. Maybe you come really high up onto the tippy toes. Maybe you want to pedal it out. Maybe you want to rock a little bit. Finding this here. And then inhale, bend the knees a lot. Look up between the thumbs and we're going to tippy toe to the top of the mat. When you get there, hang heavy in a forward fold. Breathing here. Maybe the knees are super bent. Heel toe the feet so they're about hips width distance apart. And really let the top body hang down. Bending the knees a lot. When you're ready, press through the feet. Keep that bend in the knees. Slow roll. Pressing up to your standing pose. Whew. And let's find mountain pose right away. We've got our mountain pose here. Feet are hips width distance apart. Making the number 11. Tailbone is dropped towards the floor, so instead of sticking back out behind you, it's dropped like you're sitting on a seat. Belly button is pressed back a little bit towards the spine. Heart rises. Arms are down by your sides. Take a deep inhale, fill up. Open your mouth, let it go. One more time. Fill up something you're holding on to. Open your mouth, let it go. Nice. And then maybe from here, you step your feet apart one more step. Make sure you can see all of me here. Maybe you reach the arms up, take the right hand in your arm, in your left hand, and then gently pull it over the side, stretching through the side body. Maybe you go the other way. Take the left hand in your right, your left wrist in your right hand, gently going up and away. Release, shake it out. And then from here, inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up, palms press. Exhale, dive down. Forward fold, hinge at the hips. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins. Half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, gentle step back into a plank. And maybe, I don't know, I haven't done a plank very much in the past few months, so we're gonna do it together. So, same deal, drop your tailbone towards your heels, Tuck your belly button to your spine. Push through the hands a lot. Take an inhale here. Exhale, knees down, hips back. Child's pose. Woo! Breathing. When you're ready, press through your hands. Slowly walk yourself up to your seat. Go ahead and make your way to your seat, so swing the legs around. Right leg's gonna come out to the side. I'm gonna move my blanket. Right leg comes out to the side. Knees towards the sky, toes are towards the sky. Plant that right hand inside the right leg. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Feel this connection. Your left sits bone is planted in the ground. Right fingertips are reaching. Take an inhale. Exhale, side fold. Press this right hand into this right leg. Steer the left arm up. Maybe tuck the belly button to the spine a little bit to protect the low back. Maybe you come down far. Maybe you come down close. Wherever you're at, feeling the stretch here. Breathing. And when you're ready, flip the palm. Inhale, come on up. Exhale here. Turn your torso towards the extended leg. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then bring them close down to the body. Roll the shoulders back and then walk the hands out. And then maybe you take your left hand, bring it to your thigh or your shin or your foot, and gently fold yourself forward, using that to turn this left shoulder toward this right knee. Feeling the stretch in the hamstring. So the goal is not to bring your face to your leg. The goal is to feel a good stretch in the hamstring while also protecting all of those back muscles, keeping the spine nice and straight, keeping those shoulder blades melting down the back. When you're ready, slowly walk your hands out center and really gently, like I'm using my hands to pull myself forward instead of pull myself down, so that I can bend the elbows and reach the heart forward, reach the crown of the head forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, walk the hands up to the seat. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, we're going to come into a twist. So you're going to bring your left hand outside your right thigh, and that right hand's going to come behind you, and you can maybe even lean back into it a little bit so that you feel the twist here in a different place in your back. Maybe it's a little bit lower in your back. Breathing here. Maybe it's right in the middle. And then slowly walk the hands out center. And then we're going to keep walking them. Keep walking them, keep walking them. Plant that left hand behind you. Use your right arm. Sweep up onto the left shin, onto the right tippy toes for stargazer. Press through those supporting limbs. Reach through the fingertips. Reach through the toes. Take an inhale. Exhale, sit it back down. Same way you got into it. We're going to come back into that twist. Shoop. And then slowly walk it out center. And then walk it up to the seat. A little more heat building today. Switch out legs. And as always, let's see if I can remember what we did on this side so we can do it again on the other side. All right, plant that left hand inside that left leg. Inhale, reach, right arm up, tuck the belly button to the spine to protect the low back. Gentle side fold. And you decide how far you want to go. If you want to be here, be here. If you want to be here, be here. If this hurts your shoulder, you can just reach that arm up towards the ceiling instead. Breathing, couple breaths. Knees towards the sky, toes are towards the sky. Pressing that belly button, leaning, pressing this left hand into this left leg, steering the right arm up. Flip the palm, inhale, come on up. Exhale here. Turn that torso toward the extended leg. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, bring the hands down, roll the shoulders back. Again, walking it out. You don't have to come down very far. Keeping the shoulder blades like there's something pulling the shoulder blades down the back. Take that right hand, maybe it comes outside the thigh, maybe the shin, maybe the foot, to gently turn this right shoulder towards this left knee so you can really fold and keep that back nice and straight and strong. Reach the heart towards the knee, nose towards the toes. Breathing. When you're ready, walk your hands out center. Gently using your hands to suction cup onto the mat so you can pull the heart forward rather than reaching the nose forward. Take an inhale, exhale, slow walk up to the seat. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, twist. Take that right hand, put it outside the left leg, and maybe lean back into it a little bit. Find your twist. Breathing here. Couple of breaths. Maybe you lean into it a little more. And when you're ready, slowly walk the hands out. Walk them out center like a cat. Walk them out to the right. Plant that right hand behind you. Use that left arm. Sweep it up onto the right shin. Left tippy toes. Reach through those left fingertips. Take an inhale. Exhale, sit it right back down. Stay low. Come back into the twist like a ninja. And then when you're ready, walk it out center. One more reach forward. Walk it up. All right. Go ahead and cross the ankles. Come over, hands and knees. And we're going to make our way back into that down dog. I'm going to face the other way so you can see me a little better. Find this down dog again. Maybe step into it. Be authoritative. Don't let the down dog bully you. You are in charge here. So you can make it a little weirder. You can make it a little more bendy. You can make it bouncy. Okay? Take a little bit more agency over your comfort in this down dog. All right, inhale that right leg up and back behind you. And then exhale, bring that shin forward and down for pigeon pose. If this version of pigeon pose isn't comfortable for you, you're absolutely welcome to do the figure 4 on your back or seated and thread the needle, which is like this. Here. If you'd rather do one of these, just make sure this front foot is flexed. So whatever version you're in, making sure that front foot is flexed. If you're on front line pigeon with me, look back at the back leg, make sure it's coming straight out of the socket. Right knee is pointing out to the side. And then slowly, after you've sat up a little bit to lengthen the spine, come down, maybe onto your forearms, maybe onto a block, maybe onto the floor. Breathing here. Couple of breaths. You'll notice the heart rate starts to decrease. The breathing starts to get a little bit longer. Maybe the brain wants to take you on a ride. You might start planning. What am I going to eat for dinner? What am I doing after this class? Oh, I forgot to fill out that paperwork or answer that email. See if you can keep coming back to the breath. When you're inhaling, know you're inhaling. Do it on purpose. And when you're exhaling, know you're exhaling. Do it on purpose. Keep coming back to the breath again and again. And the brain will want to invite you on a ride, and you don't have to accept the invitation. When you're ready, we're going to get out of this the same way we got into it. If you're on your back doing figure 4, gently transitioning to the other side. If you're with me, plant the hands, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and then inhale, bring that right leg out behind you. Maybe shake it out, maybe bend it out, and then set it down. And we'll switch to the other side. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, bring that chin forward and down. Check in with that back leg. Make sure it's coming straight out of the socket. Left knee is pointing a little bit more out to the side, and front foot is flexed wherever it's comfortable for you. It can be parallel with the mat, tucked in, anywhere in between. Lengthen the spine. Come on down. Breathing here. Seeing if you can drop deeper into the breath. Maybe you close your eyes if that feels all right. Maybe you count the breath to stay focused, or you can always send the breath toward the sensation you're feeling in your body. So if you're really feeling this stretch, you can send the breath right to that hip. Seeing if you can allow yourself to drop any story that might come up around this part of your body, around an injury, around how your back feels, how your joints feel. See if you can just come back to the breath. No judgment. Couple more breaths here. If you're on your back because you've done the figure four, stay on your back. If you're with me, slowly start to come up onto your hands. And again, coming out of it the same way you got into it, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, inhale that left leg up and back, maybe shake it out. And then coming to that down dog, whatever you feel is the most comfortable way for you to get to your back, do that. So I'm gonna hop to my seat and then gently make my way onto my back. Hug the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze. Maybe you make some circles, massaging the low back. And then go ahead and bring your feet flat on the mat. Knees are bent. Press through the feet, lift the hips, move them over to the right. Let your knees fall out to the left. Now, you can put something in between your knees to let your legs rest. You can cross the top leg over the bottom leg over the top leg. But try to keep both shoulder blades on the mat. Arms can be by your sides like a T. They can be up, goalpost arms, or they can be down closer. Maybe you take your left hand, gently bring it to your right knee if you want to hold on to it. You can look over the right shoulder if that feels okay on your neck. If that hurts, you can just look up at the ceiling, closing the eyes if that feels okay. And with every inhale, imagine the spine is long. With every exhale, letting yourself melt into the twist. Breathing here, taking your time here. This is mellow times now, letting the breath soften, letting the senses turn in, letting any external sounds wash over you. Just allowing yourself to make this space. Stay on this side as long as you like. When you want to come to the other side, gently roll the knees back into the chest. Keep them nice and low. Give your knees a squeeze. And then bring those feet to the mat again. Lift the hips, move them to the left. Let the knees fall to the right. And then whatever you did on the first side that felt good, do that again on this side. And again, with every inhale, imagine that the spine is getting longer and longer. And with every exhale, allowing yourself to melt. Maybe the eyes are closed. Maybe they're just soft. Breath slowing. Heart rate, maybe you can hear your heartbeat in your chest. Keep coming back to the breath again and again. If you're getting caught in thought, see if you can just keep reminding yourself there's no judgment. It doesn't matter how many times you get distracted. It matters how many times you come back. And again, staying here as long as you'd like. When you're ready, slowly circling those knees back into the chest. Give them a squeeze again. Maybe you make those circles, massaging the low back one more time. And then taking any other movements you need for your practice to feel complete. If a shoulder stand is part of your practice, if you'd like an inversion, Or if you're just really ready for Savasana, maybe you grab the outside edges of the feet for happy baby, lengthening one leg and then the other. Maybe you bring the soles of the feet together for reclined bound angle, hanging onto the ankles, pressing the hips into the mat to neutralize the spine. Whatever is going to help you drop into that amazing Savasana, that amazing rest, whatever it is, do that. And then when you're ready, lengthening yourself out. Maybe you take a regular Savasana with your arms and legs out to the sides, taking up as much space as possible. Maybe you roll your blanket, bring it underneath your knees. Maybe you drag your mat to the wall for legs up the wall. Or maybe you lie on your belly. Wherever you're at, please stay with us so that we can close out together, but allow yourself now to rest. Letting the bones grow heavy, letting the breath return to its natural rhythm, allowing the awareness to drop back in space. Thanking yourself for showing up today, whether you felt good or felt like you were being tortured by me. Just allowing this rest. Now you've earned it. Closing the eyes if that feels okay. Noticing if you're holding anywhere. Maybe you're making a fist and you soften it. Can you soften the jaw and unfurrow the brow? Can you release the space behind your heart? Can you let the soles of the feet soften? And just keep coming back to the breath again and again. With every inhale, know you're inhaling. Do it on purpose. And when you're exhaling, know you're exhaling. Do it on purpose. Maybe you count the breath like we did at the beginning of class. Maybe you repeat a mantra in your mind. With every inhale, saying so. With every exhale, hum. It means I am that. Inhale so, exhale hum. Taking rest, creating space and peace and stillness. Maybe you do a body scan, bringing your awareness to the tips of your toes, and slowly bringing that awareness upwards throughout your entire body, noticing anything along the way and sending the breath there. Slowly start to bring the breath back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Start to deepen your inhales and your exhales. Maybe you reach the arms up over your head for a long line stretch. Take a deep inhale, fill up. Open your mouth, let it go. One more time. Fill up something you're holding on to. Open your mouth, let it go. Gently bring one knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze. And then the other knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze. Maybe making those circles. And then gently rolling onto one side, making a pillow with your arm. Just allowing your awareness to come back into this space, taking this moment before you return to your day that's just yours. And then very slowly, gently, as you're ready, lengthening that top leg, pressing that top hand into the mat, letting the head hang heavy as you slowly make your way to your seat. And as you make your way to your seat, just notice what feels different, what feels the same, what's the tone and texture of the mind, the quality of the breath. And then all together, as you inhale, reaching the arms far and wide and tall. And as you exhale, bringing your hands to your heart. Bringing your attention to the space around your heart, all the way around, front, back, top, bottom, side to side. And see if you can soften there for just a moment. Bringing your hands to your forehead as a reminder of kind thought. To your lips as a reminder of kind speech. And to your heart as a reminder of kind intention. Bowing forward, acknowledging all of the teachers in our lives, seen and unseen, but especially the most important teacher, the inner teacher. It's always there to access. All we have to do is drop in. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming this evening and sharing your practice with me. I hope you feel good. I hope you feel a little warmed up and ready to tackle whatever it is you need to tackle next.